From 10,000 applicants, these 10 ordinary people have been given the chance to catch a killer in a new television murder mystery game. In the fictional town of Blackwater, a horrific murder is about to take place, a murder the contestants will compete with each other to solve. To stand a chance of winning the £25,000 reward, they're going to receive an insight into murder detection that no civilian in the country has ever been given. In order to succeed in the murder game, they all have to use for real all the knowledge and techniques they'll learn in training. The skills they fail to master and the information that passes them by will come back to haunt them once the investigation gets underway. This week, they'll have to keep their wits about them.
Up until today, their probably only connection with the police has been through TV or if someone's got a speeding ticket.
The thing that I'm looking forward to the most is being able to find out the trade secrets of being a detective.
They are going to receive intensive training for a lot of hours each day.
I think it's just a lot more to do with common sense. I can bring a lot of that into it.
They're going to be physically drained, and it's seeing how we're going to cope with the pressure and how they come out of it at the end.
Police environment, I imagine, would be disciplined, which I'm not very good at.
In fact, we don't train our students as intensively or for as long as they will get this week.
I'm really looking forward to learning forensics, going to police training school. It's just so exciting, get my brain working again.
The best way to learn is to be thrown in at the deep end. You're definitely in at the deep end, ladies and gentlemen.
Because it's forensic pathology, I mean, some of the pictures might be a bit confronting.
Over 5 days, some of the best police trainers and specialists in the country are going to attempt to create an investigation team capable of tracking down and capturing a murderer.
Every death is either accidental, suicidal, homicidal or natural.
This is Bishop Garth, where real murder detectives learn their trade. Between them, course leaders Leo Cullen and George Phillips have spent 50 years in the force and have worked on as many murder inquiries. The contestants, however, have no such experience and have been drawn from a wide range of backgrounds and professions, a fact they're discovering for themselves.
He's a pilot. Oh yeah?
Apparently. What about yourself?
This is where
the railway lines, working on the railway lines? Yeah.
They may only have just arrived, but are already in class. Their assignment is to play at being detective and interview each other as rigorously as they can.
I figured that you work in fashion, because I heard that. What sort of thing?
I work in menswear. I'm a visual merchandiser in menswear.
All right, what kind of labels?
What's the most exciting thing you've ever done?
Do you think you'll make a good detective?
Of course it will.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Really? You look so much younger. Partner?
No.
Hola, me llamo Melanie Sainz, tengo 21 años. A este momento no trabajo, pero antes bailaba gogo. I think everyone's always been fascinated about murders and crime, because murders and crimes is something that you're not allowed to do. So the thought of being able to see why someone has done a murder really fascinates me.
Melanie was raised in Mallorca, but now lives above her boyfriend's London pub, where, having retired at the ripe old age of 21, her lifestyle affords her the time to indulge her two main interests: horse riding and armchair investigating.
I've always been the sort of person, I love all the crime programs and always say, the first 2 minutes, he did it, and I always used to get it right. So I think it's just a lot more to do with common sense than anything else, which I hope I can bring a lot of that into it.
One thing that Mel's got going for her, she's got a very methodical mind. She'll go take her time and do everything right, double check things. Everything is neat and tidy and organised before she'll go on to the next stage.
If I do win the show, I will prove to the world, that I'm not just a dumb blonde dancer, that's not going to do anything with her life.
Last night, the trainee investigators were told that lessons would begin at 9 o'clock. What they weren't told was that Leo would be waking them up at 6:30 with an unpleasant surprise.
Good morning, Meryl. Is that Melanie?
It is.
It's Leo, Melanie.
Oh, 1 minute.
Can we have you down in reception for 7 a.m, please, in your gym kit, and then we're going to have a briefing.
I should be there. I should enjoy being there.
Okay. Could we have you down at
It
reception?
may be cruel, but there's good reason for the rude wake-up.
Briefing. In your gym kit. The police force is a 24 hours a day service. Anything can come in at any time of day or night, and if you're on call, that's what you'll get. We've been quite fortunate this morning that it's been 6:30 and not 1:30 or 2 a.m, as it normally is.
The same goes for the investigators. When they reach Blackwater, they could be called out at all times of the night and will be working round the clock. The police want to see which of the trainee investigators are up to it.
We're going to be putting you through something called a bleep test.
The infamous bleep test is one of the benchmarks used to gauge the condition of aspiring police officers. They must run between two lines, keeping up with a series of bleeps that quickly speed up. To pass requires 6 minutes of solid running. If you fail to reach a line before the bleep, then you're not up to scratch. It's a tough test. Before long, the last woman remaining is retired pole dancer Melanie. 55-year-old farmer Andrew does well to outclass 34-year-old Nick. Rory manages to hang in there to reach the target time, but going way beyond it, Mervyn decides to fight marathon-loving Richard for the title of King of the Bleeps.
We could be here for days, man.
Unfortunately, Mervyn runs out of steam.
Oh, Mr. Hill Climb.
Hi, I'm Mervyn. I'm 30 years old. I live in Hackney, London, and I'm a visual merchandiser.
It's Mervyn's job to ensure that the menswear department of a busy London store looks the business and is laid out in order to maximise sales.
One of the qualities that I've got is that I've got a good eye for detail, and that's probably what I've taken on board from my day-to-day work activities. My job is completely about visual aspects, so those skills will put me in good stead as far as working out clues and going through the whole sort of process.
You need to separate it so it casts more of an interest.
I think that skill is going to help me in a sense that when we're out there investigating, asking questions, taking on board information, I think it will help me in those lines, because it's a skill that I've trained up and I've had for years.
He says his ambition is being the best at everything he does, and his greatest fear is not achieving that ambition. It's an attitude he's bringing with him to the murder game.
I think I'm a very competitive person. My brother would probably tell you how competitive I am, whether it be PlayStation, squash or anything. I always want to win.
If I go back to the situation when we were younger and we started playing football, I mean, if Mervyn was on the other side to me, it wouldn't even be like we were brothers. I mean, we've been pulled apart when we were younger because he's so competitive.
For me to say to you right now, I just want to participate, I just want to be here because I just love the experience would be a lie, because I want to be here because I want to win the competition.
The final part of the fitness test measures upper body strength on a resistance machine.
Recover.
The police pass mark for this assessment is a push of 34 kilograms, and most seem to be scraping through.
One more big effort.
However, for Mervyn, it's not just about passing, it's about making up for his earlier defeat.
Best effort of 92. Well done.
By 9 o'clock, the trainee investigators are in